how to get over somebody that you didn't date. I have some thoughts on this, some of which are going to make people really look at themselves critically. I'm not necessarily going to word this nicely, but I will be honest. I will be honest. And a lot of people, y'all are used to having your medicine with a spoonful of sugar, and that's why there's a lot of diabetes. So let's just have it straight, no chaser. All right, but first let's read this. But before I read this, hi, my name is Shayna. I talk a lot about decentering men, child-free living, all that good stuff, and I'm a journalist. So if any of that sounds like a vibe, please like, share, subscribe, all of that great stuff. And if you want to rant to me, have me read anything on here, I'll be putting an email address below, so that way you could use that basically as your own personal diary. Just know I might read things on here and share some advice, thoughts, all that great stuff. So I think that's everything. Now, let's dive in. How do you lose interest / feelings for someone you've never dated? You have been friends for a few years and have slept together. Okay, let's stop using you. Let's use I, okay? Gotta claim it. You're sitting in it, you're sleeping with it, so you might as well say it's you. Every time there we go. Oh, it's we, it's not I. She needs the, okay, anyway. Every time we sleep together, he gets extremely dodgy and avoidant. Okay, there we go. I've tried addressing it previously and he got annoyed. I care about him and don't want to ruin our friendship. It's already gone. But I know we will never date because of how obvious it seems he isn't interested in me. Okay. I need to know tips and advice to get rid of my feelings for him and stop beating myself up thinking about it. Okay, so this is basically talking about situationships and how do you get over somebody who you are in a situationship with. There's a couple of different ways to go about that I could go about starting this discussion, but first I really want to break down the 3 different means of persuasion, right? Ethos, logos, pathos. Ethos, sense of self. It is your own sense of authority, right? It is saying, I am a doctor. I have studied. I am a doctor. This is why people should believe me, right? Then there's pathos, the emotion. It is the, oh, I care about you. I want you to grow up and do all of these amazing things. And, hitting the emotion, hitting somebody in the heart, right? You got to hit them in the heart. And then there's logos, the logic behind it. If you do not get this treatment for cancer, you are going to die, right? Pathos is not me. I can, but for me, it's just not that effective. Feelings are subjective. Feelings are not facts. I like facts. And I am a kind of prideful person. I have a very big brain and very fancy degrees. So I like to navigate within those spaces because I also know that when people give me advice, those are the things that resonate the most with me. So I'm going to speak to this person, but I'm also going to speak to the people that might be in similar situations from those same spaces. Okay? We're going to put the feelings on a shelf and we're going to think with this. I want to think with this. Okay? This. Go somewhere else. Here. Okay, so we're going to start off with one. Situationships are only situationships for one person. You are the only person that thinks you are in a situationship. The other person just thinks you're okay. You're just somebody that they have sex with. It's not a situationship. There is no situation. You are the only one in a situation. Why are you doing that? Are you not embarrassed? I really want people that are in this situation to think about that before they enter another situationship. Before they enter into another, which is a relationship. Before you enter into another relationship with somebody who isn't interested in me. Who gets annoyed, is extremely dodgy and avoidant with me. Just really let that sit in you. All right, so now we're going to go practical and logical. We're going to start with the practical advice that I have because it's the nicest stuff, and then we're going to get to the logical later. Practical. How do you lose interest, feelings for somebody? You stop talking to them. You stop engaging with them. The friendship that you're talking about, that friendship is over. You guys have crossed that boundary. Or I don't have sex with my friends. They're my friends. I do that with my partner, which then easily moves into number 2. Stop sleeping with him. Stop talking to him. Stop sleeping with him. All right? Okay. The more you talk to him, and especially the more that you sleep with him, especially if you're the kind of person that catches feelings or like creates all those whimsy ideas after you sleep with somebody, you're just going to keep creating those stories behind, oh, this is probably what he meant when he did this, or oh, maybe he's talking to me because of the, hold up, this is a very loud airplane. Don't give your already revved up imagination more fuel, more fodder for this fire, okay? Boundaries. We are grown-ups, 30. We are grown-ups. We can create boundaries for ourselves, okay? No sleeping, no communicating. The friendship, that's done. That's done. You already caught big feelings. That's done. Okay. So after that, I'm gonna need you to focus on friends and get a hobby. Focus on friends and get a hobby. You need to fill up your time. You have too much dead space. You have too much time to just twiddle your thumbs and think about a man. Think about a booga who is dodgy, avoidant, is not interested in you. I'm gonna need you to start crafting. I'm gonna need you to join a volleyball league. I'm gonna need you to, I don't know, start thrifting. I'm gonna need you to focus on your friendship groups. Because if you already have what you would consider an okay friendship group, I'm gonna need you to upgrade that friendship group. Because the way that I would not allow my friends to, and I'm grateful that this is like on a throwaway account, somebody that I would consider a friend would not be in this situation. I'm gonna pull you aside. I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this. All right? Because I don't know how long you've been canoodling with somebody that does not like you, but a good friend will pull you aside, would sit you down and say, I'm gonna need you to love you the way that I love you. Because he hates you. It's not even that he's not interested, he's just using your body. He's just using your body. And he actively does not like the other parts. We've been friends for years and that man don't like you. Need somebody to tell you that. Go wash your face, touch some grass. It's springtime. Then, okay, now we're going to start like easing into the other side. This is still technically the practical. Okay? And when I say practical, I am meaning more like, I'm feeling more big sistery. It's given ethos. For me, it's given ethos. I'm going to need to figure out what trigger he scratches. Because that thing that you've created feelings and like interest around, it has nothing to do with him and everything to do with you, and a source of pain that, or inadequacy, more specifically, that he is not healing, but he is picking at that scab. His presence is picking at that scab. It's not something that he is intentionally doing, but his presence in your life is picking at this scab. And I'm going to need you to figure out what that scab is and heal it up, so that way you don't find another booga that's going to come in your life and do this. Okay? Okay. Now let's move on. Now let's move on to some logic. All right. Okay. So now we're on the logic side. I've put the ethos, the me being big sister, but we're putting that to the side. Now we're solely using our noggins. Why do you want someone who don't want you? You feel it. He's expressed it. It's obvious. He don't want you. Why do you want somebody who does not want you? Who is uninterested in you? Who could not care less about getting to know you more? Why do you want that? It doesn't make sense. It's illogical. So, but you do actually need to answer that question for yourself. Because until you figure out what that is, you're going to keep replicating the situation. We are creatures of habit. We are creatures of patterns. You got to figure out what the pattern is so that way you could break it. Right? Okay, so next question. Why do you crave anxiety in relationships? This is not This is giving anxiety ridden. This is giving I stay awake at night trying to figure out why he's doing this to me. Oh, I think about him too much. I analyze about him too much. He ain't thinking about nothing. His lazy eye is activated when he starts thinking about you, just veering off to the side. Nothing but space and dust in between his eyes. Why do you crave relationships that breed anxiety? Do you think that's love? Do you think that's affection? Do you think that's healthy? Do you think that's how relationships are supposed to be? And why? Why? And I don't think, oh my gosh, just because, or I don't know. I don't know why I do that. Figure out the pattern or else you're going to keep recreating it. You don't have to answer it here. I mean, you can if you want to. Tiffany, type them in the comment section. Maybe some other people can help you. But also, do you want to be asking strangers on the internet all of those kind of inside thoughts? I don't know. I mean, it's what I do. Anyway. And then the last one. Why don't you love yourself enough to know that you deserve to be liked by who you sleep with? Why don't you like yourself enough? Why don't you love yourself enough to think, who I sleep with should in the very least like me? Why would you share such an intimate part of yourself with somebody who does not like you? And this is not a body count thing. This is not a body shaming thing. This is not a sex shaming thing. But if you're going to sleep with somebody, they need to at least like you. If you're going to create, as a woman, create a space for you to be so vulnerable with somebody, naked, canoodling, sticky, and they don't like you, it's giving self-hate. It's giving self-hate. It's giving low self-esteem. And men will take advantage of that. Clearly. Well, I don't know if this man is actively taking advantage of that, but I mean, he is receiving an advantage from you not liking yourself. Why would you do something to benefit men? These are my thoughts. I would hope that these kinds of questions for people who are in this kind of situation would spur them towards growth, would spur them towards better decisions, would spur them towards healing. And this is not to say that, like, casual sex. Do I think that casual sex benefits women generally? No. Personally, no. Do I shame women for having casual sex? No. Do whatever you want. I'm just saying I just don't think it's generally a benefit to women to casually, let me specify, a benefit to women who have sex with men, people in general who have sex with men. I don't think that casual sex is a benefit for people that fall under that umbrella, period. At the end of the day, do whatever you want. Ideally, love yourself enough to know when you are being mistreated in intimate situations. At least. That's all I'm saying. If you agree, if you disagree, if you have thoughts, please Tiffany type them away in the comment section. If you think that I have forgotten something, or if you think there's another question that people should be asking, please Tiffany type them away in the comment section. Also, if there is anything in here that you would like me to make another tangential video off of, you could include that in the comment section. I will say it takes me a very long time to get through. So if you send a super thanks, which I'm always grateful for. If you send a super thanks, put the question in the super thanks. It brings it right to the top. Okay, that is all for now. And yeah, have a good one. Bye.